ludicrous speed. Ludicrous speed. Sir, we've never gone that fast before.
Hey guys, it's Jonathan from Bullet Motorsports. Today I'm going to show you a 13,000 mile original paint 87 Grand National. We're going to do a complete walk around and then we're going to jump in it, take it for a test drive. We're also going to paint meter it and throw it on a lift so you can see underside shots. If you have any questions about this Grand National or any of the other ones we have in stock, we have 6 of them. Just give us a call at 954-363-2261. You can also click on the link below to get transport quotes or to see the rest of our inventory. Overall condition, I rate this a 7.5 out of 10. It is original paint, so if you know GM factory paint from back then, it wasn't the best. We did have it polished, and we also read the thickness for the paint. It's running 4 mils throughout the whole entire vehicle. Front end is extremely clean. You do see some sun fade, which is common on these plastic light bezels, and they actually sell an SEM paint that will repair that, but I don't want to do that to this car because it's so original. The front bumper fillers have been replaced with spool fools, so that's a fiberglass replacement, and they come pre-painted, so if you do need something like that, just reach out to them. They make a whole bunch of components, and if you actually put wax on it, it will start to match the black for the car. When you're looking at the paint quality, remember it's an 87. You're gonna have your rock guard under here, which is like a textured finish to protect it from rock chips. There are minor imperfections throughout because it's original, and there's a small ding right here and scratch. I also see a small imperfection on the door. Your Grand National bezels are in the correct position, as are your turbo badges on the hood. At first, when we got this car, I was looking at the paint and I go, there's no way that the hood is original paint, but it actually is once we did the paint meter. And actually, when they buffed it out, it came out really, really nice. The roof line is extremely clean. All of your trim is very nice, like a rain channel here, and all the rubbers are in great shape. So whenever they repaint cars, you're gonna wanna lift this up and see if they've ever sprayed it. This is original paint and there's no cracking anywhere near these surfaces. I do see 2 or 3 small hairline cracks, which I would call, it's called like a spider crack. Rear quarter is really nice. Wheels and tires are in great shape. The wheels are original. They still have the metric bolts and it has BF Goodrich radials with white walls out, which I like. All of your trim rings are in very nice shape. Hubcaps are in great shape. There's a little bit of wear on the lock mechanism. All of your rain guards are very nice. When you open up the door, still is original throughout, has 13,000 miles. You can see all the stickers in place. And then if you're looking at a Grand National, I'm gonna give you guys some hints if you don't buy this one. Always look for rust here, and then look underneath the car too and see if there's rust. That's a big deal, especially if you're gonna paint it. All of the weather stripping is original and still soft. Door card's very nice. Your windows work as they should. This does have power windows, but it does not have power seats. It does have a concert sound setup, and I'll show you how to find out what options your car has when we get in the trunk. This is not a factory piece. It's just something nice to use for if you drive around a lot. So 13,735 miles. Cruise control still works. Steering wheel is extremely nice. Horn works, and your security light is still operating. All of your pedals are in great shape. Your Fisher body panel piece is nice. And the differences between the original interior and a non-original interior is gonna be the gray color. A place called Highway Stars actually sells a kit that's pretty close to this, but the stitching is a little bit different. It's a little bit of a darker gray. So it's almost like this. This is exactly a reproduction gray. You see the difference in color? I'm opening the hood right now, and I'll show you the engine. Oh yes, the headliner. So we just replaced the headliner. It's extremely nice. We did the headliner and the visors. So the sticker was put back on the visor once it was done. So I'm looking at the front grille. It's extremely nice. The lights have been replaced with Sylvanias, and I see a Wagner on both sides. When you're looking at the grille, you still have the impact springs in place. Black is 87 and 86s have a chrome grille. Front bumperette's really nice as well. When you look at the engine bay, it is all original. Air conditioning's ice cold. All of your components are in place. You still have the original turbo, basically like a distributor for the spark plugs with the sticker there, 3687. Original alternator and the power master is still in place. These things are dangerous. We probably have about 30 of them upstairs from removing them. So after time, you'll start to lose your pressure in this ball and you won't have a hard pedal, it'll be a soft pedal. So if you ever see the brake light, which is on your dash on this side, start to illuminate, get that repaired. They sell a kit from Kerbin and you could buy a master cylinder conversion with a vacuum tap right here. It still has all the original air intake components, turbo shroud, etc. Your condenser is still in the proper space. Everything looks great under here. There's no rust. We'll keep on walking around it. Rear quarter is very nice. Exhaust still does have the correct color paint on it, so those tips would be like that from the factory. I see 2 small chips here. And then it does have spoolfuls in the rear, so they're not soft, they're hard. Another way to tell if the bumperettes have been replaced, you're gonna have a line in the center if it's original. It was a 2-piece design. If you wanna put these on, I'm definitely not sponsored by Spoolful, but these are super easy. It's literally 8 bolts. You pull the bumper off, make sure you see where it was sitting so you can keep it aligned and not have it touching. You slap this on and put the bumper back on. Passenger side quarter is extremely clean, and the trunk lid is awesome as well. You do see a little bit of spider cracking. Where did I see it? Now it's looking perfect, right here. See that? Other than that, it's like a mirror. You can see me, I can see you. Roof line's very nice on this side, and there's no cracks at all. It's a low mileage piece. Door is very clean, and look, no rust. Another thing you want to look for when you're buying a Grand National like this is documentation for mileage and for service history and paperwork. This one has the original window sticker, a ton of documentation, and then an appraisal from, I think it was 2008 for $35,000. Obviously the prices have gone up. You got your window sticker here, your satisfaction report, your Rusty Jones card, so they rust-proofed it, and then a whole bunch of documentation. We'll have this in the photo gallery. This all comes with the car. Glove box is really nice, and all the windows go down. Door card's very nice. Let me grab the keys, we'll start it up, and I'll show you in the trunk for the SPID, which is your service parts identification sticker. That's gonna tell you all of the information you need to know about this car. 1 second. Got the keys here, we're gonna open up the trunk. Before I do that, I noticed a couple of other imperfections here. You can see some small cracking in the paint. And we did do the paint meter so you can see that this is original. 4 mils throughout, 3 to 4 mils. When you're gonna buy Grand National, tell them to send you a picture of this. This is gonna break down everything. It's in alphabetical order. You're gonna go straight to the W, look for WE2. That stands for Grand National. WE4 is gonna be your T-type, essentially. You're gonna also go to G. G80 is gonna be posi traction. That's important if you're gonna put the power down. So this is about 330 foot-pounds of torque stock, and it will break the tires loose if you boost it up. Trunk is very nice. Looks like they sold it at Ernie von Schledorn in Menominee Falls. Does have a spare tire, the mat's in nice shape, and all of your rubbers are good too. Closes easily. And I always look at the taillights too to see if they're worn out or cracked. These are extremely nice. Gas fill is nice as well. Let me start it so you can hear it. This one sounds really good. It's nice and quiet. It does have a replacement OE style muffler, but it sounds great. It's nice and quiet. You can hear that rumble from the Turbo 6. Let's jump in it and go for a ride. Just put the air conditioner on. The AC actually works great. 6 gallons. We've driven it probably, I would say like 45 miles, 50 miles. Runs great. We just drove it back from the upholstery shop, so they just did the headliner and visor covers, as we said. They're nice. And they actually match, it looks good. Steering wheel's in great shape. You've got a concert sound radio, which works.
Easy it is to get your medical care.
Turn that off. Center console is in very nice shape. Ashtray with a bulb in there. Doesn't bang into gears. Smooth. And the AC is blowing cold. Glove box is clean. And your dash is very nice. If you ever buy one of these and it has a cracked dash, you can buy a reproduction piece from eBay. It's about $80, and then you have to buy the correct paint to paint it because it comes in the wrong gray. This is proper, and it looks good. Rear seats are very nice. Lights work. Let's take it for a spin. We're gonna do a short drive on this one because of the mileage. Another thing to look at, so when you're buying Grand Nationals, everybody says, oh, I've got a low mileage Grand National. Look at the oil filter housing. If you see a whole bunch of grit and grime, you touch it and your finger gets completely filthy, look at the Carfax and also look at the odometer. When you look at the mileage on this, you're gonna see that all the numericals are even. If it had rolled over, you'd have a problem in regards to it being off, so they would be crooked essentially. Another thing to look at for Grand Nationals, title branding. So if it has a branding for rebuilt title or stolen, that's going to lower your value. I think this one has a title for exempt mileage, but if you look at the condition, you're going to see that it is real. We've sold over 60 of these. This is one of my favorite cars. My wife has one that has 18,000 miles. I have a GNX, and we've got, I think, 5 more Grand Nationals in stock. Yeah, we know what to look for. There you go. We're driving it right now. Transmission shifts nicely, so it's not banging into gear. It's smooth. You can feel the boost come on. So this has a digital dash, which is great. I like the digital dash because it goes past 80 miles an hour. You've got your 2 LED lights here. I don't even know if they're LED. They might be incandescent, but you have a yellow light and a red light. You have your odometer, trip odometer. Windows work as they should, so they do go up and down. Well, I guess I'm gonna go. Transmission feels great. We're just gonna take it down the road and bring it right back to the warehouse. I don't want to put too many miles on it. It stops nicely, it brakes nicely, the suspension feels good. And please take a moment to look at our history on selling these types of cars, basically G bodies. This is a passion thing, and if you're not happy, you can call us and we'll buy it back for sure. We'll give it a little bit of gas here. Feels good, that's to 50 miles an hour. And we're gonna make our next left. If you guys have any questions about this ride, give us a call at 954-363-2261. We're gonna be upfront and honest about this sale. I don't want anybody to be surprised, so that's why we point out all these imperfections. Look at our history on selling on Bring a Trailer. And throughout, we sold over 1,700 cars sight unseen, and we've been in business since 2010. So that's got to give you some sort of credit. It gives me some sort of credibility, I guess. Yeah, thank you. Subscribe.